NVIDIA just reported earnings and they had a beat on expectations of about 6%. But here's the real question you got to ask. Does this mean you should be buying at this very moment after the positive earnings? Or is this the exact time you guys need to be thinking with more caution? Because what happens next determines whether you improve your portfolio and make some money, or you get caught like everyone else just chasing hype. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking it down exactly what the quarterly earnings meant, why the stock is reacting the way it did, and what this means for you as an investor. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please make the best educated decisions with your portfolio and your hard-earned money in the way that you see fit. This is for entertainment purposes, and this is my own personal analysis. So please do your due diligence with anything that you do in regards to the stock market. Now, going back to NVIDIA, I do just want to let you know that the expectations for NVIDIA were sky high. Everyone knew that NVIDIA was going to beat earnings today, and everyone that is a casual financer, from the most hard-term trader, hard-term investor, to the most casual of investors that just are getting started, everyone knows about NVIDIA and how they're the backbone of AI infrastructure. Now, everyone knows that data centers are exploding, and everyone already knows that the stock has run. As you can see, over the past year, in the year 2022, it has traded as low as $10 and some change, and we skyrocketed all the way to the all-time highs of roughly $212. So the real question was, are they going to continue to grow? The question that everybody was asking was, is this earning report revealing that the growth that they're going to be having is enough to justify the crazy valuations that this company has? And this matters to you because when expectations are extreme, even when good news hits, it's not always good enough to continue the stock in the upwards direction. Now, when the earnings report did come at roughly 4:30 p.m. EST, just a little bit of a recap on what they said. They specifically said, and they posted in their webs on their website. They posted right here what the revenue was. It was at 68.1 billion with a 72% year-over-year increase. And forward guidance is strong as well, as they are estimating that next quarterly earnings, they're going to have revenue that is expected to be $78 billion, and that is plus or minus 2%. And the crazy part about it is they're putting this into consideration with even with all the issues they have with China. So they still are that confident that they're going to continue to grow revenue at this exponential rate. So, in my opinion, I do believe that this is another brick to add on to the fundamental analysis that everyone's so concerned with the sentiment of they cannot possibly justify these crazy valuations, that they cannot continue to scale and grow at the rate they have been in the foreseeable future, and they can't continue to do it consistently. Everybody is worried at the rate that this company is growing because it's something so new and so novel to them that they don't know how to fully handle it. Now, on the surface, obviously, when you look at this news, you think that it's a massive win for the company. And the 6% beat on earnings with revenue as high as 68.1 billion is crazy. So why hasn't it moved it to the upside? Again, when you look at this, it's not just about the numbers, it's also about the fact that when you look at it from the bullish perspective, when you look at it in regards to how good this is for the company. What you got to look at what this earnings report signals, not just the numbers and the stats. It just also signifies that AI demand is still strong, customers are still spending aggressively, and data center growth has not stalled. So again, that's more positive news for the stock itself. Now, again, as we're mentioning, we're talking about market sentiment and how investors and institutions interpret the news when they do receive it. So there's some people that are worried from a FOMO perspective, thinking it's going to go higher. I missed it. I need to get in before it's too late. But however, with everything that's going on, you got to realize that just because it's the biggest company in the world and we get positive earnings and continue bullish news that should send it to the upside, that does not necessarily mean that we're going to shoot to the upside. So don't get too psychologically misled thinking that you got to get in now, otherwise it's too late, because you might be one of the people that chase hype, especially if you're a shorter term trader, and then you wipe out your portfolio or you do something to bleed your account. That's not how you want to handle it. You got to realize that whether if you're fundamental or you're a shorter term trader, you got to realize that the market moves based on it being a good company and them having good financials. That's one. And also, just to clarify, this is not. It doesn't move just based on one. You gotta have multiple factors in place, and the main three, in my opinion, would be you gotta have good financials. You gotta show that it's a good company. You gotta have good bullish headlines that can act as news catalysts, and you gotta have other investors mainly the institutions viewing it in a way that, okay, I agree with the news, and I believe this is good enough to justify to value the share, one share of the company, the share price of the company at a higher price. So because again, as the stock market, all the stock market truly is when it moves up or down, it's just the perceived value from other investors and institutions. If it's at $195.56, as you do see right here, that's what the broad market believes the value of NVIDIA should be. If it shoots up to 250, that's what everyone perceives the value of the stock should be. If it shoots down all the way to $100, that's what people believe the perceived value of the stock should be. You get the idea. So the real question you got to ask is this 6% beat on earnings enough to send it even further to the upside? Or is it not good enough for is it not good enough for the rest of the market to believe that the share price of the company should go higher? And it's just going to continue to stall like it has been for the past 6 months. Now, again, handle this accordingly based on the type of trader or investor you are. If you're more on the fundamental analysis side of things and you're more of a longer term investor, just relax, because again, as you can see here, the earnings report, all it did was solidify the fact that AI, that NVIDIA is still at the center of the AI build out. So just keep that in mind. And if you're a shorter term, however, if you are a shorter term trader, you do got to take things into consideration like guidance trends, margins, and forward multiples. However, you're more on the technical side of things. So when it comes to technical analysis, you guys got to have your proper stop loss in place, your proper entry pullback entries, or wherever it is at your price levels you look to enter the stock. You got to have your the stop loss, your proper risk to reward ratios, and you want to have your proper target set in place if you're more on the technical analysis side of things. And you got to be more cautious, because again, with a stock like this, it's going to be very volatile. You got to be careful with theta decay, time decay, and implied volatility. You got to take all those things in consideration with the style of trader that you are. And if you are also looking for help in regards to making better fundamental and technical analysis, please feel free to check out the Prophecy AI app. You just type in NVIDIA right here. And again, it'll give you a timeline of what it thinks that the stock will be at within the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. And it gives you the financials with the balance sheets from quarterly and annual perspective, and the income statement, quarterly and annual both. And you go over here, it shows you your technical and fundamental analysis. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and check out my other content, as I do post consistently Monday through Friday every day. And we do look at my analysis, and I do my own deep dive analysis onto the growth stocks that I personally do follow and I look at. And again, also feel free to check out my free community in the Prophecy AI app and InvestQ. Link will be below. And we are like-minded traders that look to share our insights, share our research, and just help each other grow. And I do post some content here. I will be posting more in the future, trying to help people learn in regards to helping them make better financial decisions through the videos that I make with analysis, with the stock analysis that I do, guys. So with that being said, I'm always happy to be here. InvestQ out. Stay safe, stay green. Have a great rest of your day, guys.